ESPN put a lot of disrespect on Shedeur Sanders' name, man. So they had their college football reporters rank the top 10 quarterbacks in the sport for this upcoming season, right? And do you know where they ranked Shedeur? Eighth. Are you kidding me? You rank Shedeur Sanders eighth? They have Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, Carson Beck, Noah Fafita ranked ahead of Shedeur Sanders. And this isn't the first time I've seen this. When I've seen 247 Sports release their Heisman rankings, they had Shedeur Sanders like 8th or 9th, with guys like Quinn Ewers ahead of him. The national media is sleeping dead good on Shedeur Sanders this year. You want to know something that's even more insane? If you go to DraftKings and you go to their Heisman odds, if you put $20 on Shedeur Sanders to win a Heisman this year, you could walk away with $920. He has plus what, 4,500 odds to win the award? To me, Shedeur Sanders is a lock to win Heisman this year. Okay, I don't see how he doesn't win it. He's going to have a better offensive line. He had a 27-3 touchdown ratio last year behind the worst old line in America. Imagine what he's going to do now behind an average offensive line. This dude's going to cook. And then he has a ton of great receivers. They got LaJohntay Western, who was a star wideout at Florida Atlantic. He was top 3 in every statistical category last year in yards, receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns. And then you pair him up with Travis Hunter. I mean, come on. There's so much talent that Shedeur Sanders has around him at Colorado going into next season. It's going to be damn near impossible for him to at least not be a Heisman finalist this year. I'm really shocked at the amount of people that think that Shedeur Sanders is not good, he's overhyped, he's overrated. 27-3 touchdown interception ratio is really impressive. And he completed nearly 70% of his passes last year. That's really hard to do considering the situation that he had. This year, Shedeur Sanders is going to wake a lot of you doubters up. Because I know there's a lot of you guys doubting Shedeur, a lot of you guys hating on him. You got to get that haterade out of your system, man. Get that haterade out of your heart. It's not good for you. When I watched Shedeur last year, I saw an NFL quarterback. I saw somebody that did a really good job of going through his progressions, making the right reads with the football. He also was really clutch. And the only reason Colorado won 4 games last year was because they had Shedeur at quarterback. You take Shedeur off of last year's Colorado team, not only do they go winless, but they lose every game by more than at least 3 touchdowns. If Shedeur Sanders was the starting quarterback for Alabama last year instead of Jalen Milroe, Alabama would have won it all. Truthfully, Jalen Milroe, ESPN has him ranked over Shedeur Sanders and their top 10 returning quarterback rankings. Are you serious? Jalen Milroe? Listen, I like Jalen Milroe a lot, but he's nowhere as good as what Shedeur is, especially when it comes to throwing the football. I've never seen a quarterback throw a more accurate deep ball than they do short and intermediate passes. And Jalen Milroe definitely is going to improve under Kalen DeBoer, but last year he held Alabama back. Alabama would have loved to have Shedeur Sanders. Imagine if Texas had Shedeur Sanders. They would have won it all too. They would have went undefeated. Quinn Ewers is the most overrated quarterback in college football right now. Shedeur Sanders clearly is the best quarterback coming into the upcoming 2024 college football season. He's going to be expected to be a top 3 pick in next year's draft for a very good reason. He's already an NFL quarterback. Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe, Carson Beck, those guys are a step below Shedeur Sanders. Y'all really need to stop hating and stop sleeping on Shedeur Sanders. Like, I really don't understand why so many people just don't think he's that good. I remember last offseason, I told you guys that he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. And y'all were talking about oh man, like this dude did that at Jackson State. It's such a different level when you're going from FCS playing HBCUs to playing big boys and Power 5 football. And then all Shedeur Sanders does is proceed to have one of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the nation, behind one of the worst offensive lines in the sport, behind a rebuilding team. I can't wait for Shedeur Sanders to wake y'all up this season. I really can't. And I got some more bold predictions for Shedeur Sanders on the way. But just know, DraftKings, if you put $20 on Shedeur Sanders right now, you could win $920 when he wins the Heisman this year. Y'all sleeping on Shedeur Sanders, but it's okay. Like, he's going to wake y'all up. The Buffs going to wake y'all up this year. They coming. They finna kick the door down for sure. They finna kick it down for sure.